Hi, I'm Sherry McGill, and you're watching Lessons Learned. Hello everyone, welcome back to Finish It Friday. Good to see you back here again to see what kind of projects we finished this week, myself included. And I'll go ahead and show you what I have done this week. I have the muscle car quilt done. Yay! It's so cozy. Don't you just love to love on your quilts when you get them done? This is for my husband. He likes muscle cars, but who doesn't like muscle cars? I do too. So there's what the fabric looks like. Basically, it's got some vintage cars on it from like the 60s and 70s. And it's done in gray and black and red and a little bit of a cream color. It's not quite a white. And then I don't know if you can tell, but I ran a couple of strips of quilting through those squares, both directions. And it has a buffalo check back, and this is just regular cotton. I think it's actually woven. It's a little bit softer. It's not really flannel. It's not regular quilting cotton, and I was looking for minky, but I never could find it in that for a price I wanted to pay. Kind of expensive. So that is finished. That is a big project to get done this week. Basically, I just did the quilting and the binding. Well, I did the basting too this week. So, our little job that we don't like to do wears us out. Also, on my binding, I used my scraps. I had these 18-inch long pieces, and I had a strip left over of each one of those. So, I put all those 18-inch strips together. I think I only had to cut maybe a couple more, so it worked out really good. It was a really good use of fabric. Had very little left over, very little, and worked out good. Worked out just perfect as far as using everything that I wanted to use on it. It's cozy. Done. I think next time I'll get out the She Who Sews wall hanging. I think I'll get that out this coming week, and if not this weekend, and quilt that up, baste it and quilt it up, bind it, get that one done. And then maybe when I get back from the retreat in October, I'll get one of the bigger ones out to start quilting that I have. The string beans, I have the totally tulips to do, the bee fabric that I had, that I made the big bear paw quilt out of. I have that one to do. So, do another little one, and then we'll get back into some bigger ones like this one. Okay, what else? I've been working on my little goodie bags. I still got them here, a little bit at a time. Still have to get my smaller machine out with the free arm and sew those linings in there. It'll be real quick once I sit down to start to do it. Not one of those thrilling projects I'm anxious to do, but I am anxious to get it finished and get that off my mind. I also did week 3, and this is week 3 here of the Vintage Mystery Quilt. And we have birds in the air. That's what this represents. And someone pointed out to me that I should have turned this way, and then my birds would have been correct as far as on that tree. But I was thinking that the fabric was showing the boughs of the tree going sideways. So anyway, it's fine. And I could turn it, I guess. My birds would just be going down. Anyway, added some fuchsia and some bright pink, some orange, and with my blue and green here. I have one more color combination to put in with this, and then I'll have to start reusing or combining them differently. So you guys are starting to send your pictures in too. We'll have those here in just a minute. All right, so I have a mail call. I got a nice little gift from Lucy in Texas, and she told me that she made this small little scrappy basket that I can use for trash or for the cans, you know, like your basting and your starch and your glues and things like that. I know what I'm going to use this for because I needed one of these. I was going to make myself one of these. I'm going to use it kind of as a thread catcher on the side of my table, right beside where my sewing machine is. I have a trash can down below, and I do tend to, you know, rake things into that trash can, but they don't always land in there. Those threads, the ceiling fan or the air conditioner usually sends them flying all over the place. So this will keep them in their place. I'm going to kind of clip it on the side of the table somehow, and those threads will just be scraped right into here. So perfect, perfect. I love it. And she's got the tiniest little scraps that she sewed together. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And she also sent a Starbucks card. Yay, love Starbucks. Yep, we just went there this week, Mark and I. We was out running an errand, and I said, oh, let's go to Starbucks. And he gets a iced chai tea, and I get a iced coffee usually. Sometimes we mix it up, but yeah. Can't go wrong with the Starbucks card. Thank you so much, Lucy. I really appreciate it. It's very, very nice and generous of you. Let's see. What else? I guess we could just go ahead. Oh, no, I didn't show you this, did I? This is Hometown Charms, Pat Sloan's Wednesday sew-along. This is the block for this week. I got finished. It's called Friday Night Lights. So it's to think about what you did in your hometown for Friday Night Lights. Usually it was football or some sort of sport, right? Well, I lived way out in the country, so we didn't go out Friday nights for sporting events usually. So didn't really have any significance to me, but I just used the same fabrics that I have pulled for this project and just kind of did them my own way. I've got my Tango Tulip fabric, that's this that I have here. I put that in the center again and incorporated some more of the red on this one, so, and less of the green. So I can kind of see how this quilt is going to come together now, but it is a mystery, so you know, we won't really know what it all is until it's kind of like this one, you know. We're not going to know what it's going to completely look like until we're finished with all our blocks. Okay, so let's go in here on the email and see what I have for you. The first one is from Dolores, and she's doing the Mystery Vintage, and she has blocks 1 and 2 done. And I think she either mentioned on Instagram or maybe in another conversation we had on email that these are Lori Holt? I'm not sure. Fabrics that she has, but that's going to be a very, very cute quilt. I can tell, you know, it's going to be have that Lori Holt look to it. So it's going to be really cute. Good job. And then Madeline also did the 2 weeks worth of vintage mystery blocks. I think one of her pictures, the lighting was just a little off. I believe her backing is, or her background is white. And so she's got her green and her blue one done. And then Kathy, she made this quilt for her son. And the pattern is called Hot Flashes. I think I've seen this before somewhere. And she pulled fabric together that was a little more masculine, red, blue, black. And she puts her quilt label on the front there. It looks real nice. Nice job. And then her current project is called a pint-sized table runner by Shabby Fabric. And there's an applique truck that goes on there. She hasn't got that part on yet. But I love the fall colors. Nice job. She's showing her, all her blocks cut out there and then put together in the strips. And then all together. So you'll have to send us the end result of this. We got to see that truck on there. Here's another one from Dolores. She sent some goodies here. This bag that she made with cats on it. That's just adorable. It's a reading pillow is what it is. And if you look there, she's got a pocket on there that holds the books. So, one of the pictures, or maybe a couple of the pictures, is when it's not stuffed, and the other one has the pillow form in it. I'm assuming it's a pillow form, and that's really cute. Adorable. Here's her hometown charm first block there. Nice. I like it. I like your tree. I'm not crazy about my tree. I think I got too many colors on my tree. Whatever. It'll all work out. And then her second block, the red, black, and white one there, is that one. And then she's got a smaller quilt here that has the stippling on it, just the little patchwork. It's cute. Let's read what she says. She made a reading pillow for a little girl for Christmas. And she loves cats. And then her friend admired the black scrappy table topper she made for my challenge. Remember that black and white table topper? So she made her one. And that's what she used the leftover charm squares with. Oh, and she made a hot pad and a mug rug that's not on the picture that she used leftover charm squares for. So she made all of this out of a charm pack. She's doing some cross stitch, but that's not on here. Yeah, that reading pillow is really cute. Good job, Dolores. You always do great work. Let's see. Ernest Sewell. Oh, yes. He made a table runner and a set of placemats that match for a home warming gift. A little bit late, but he decided to go on and make it. And he had some troubles with a stitch and flip method. He didn't like it for the smaller pieces, the table or the placemats, but it worked well on the runner. The quilting is a simple stitch 3/8 inch from the seams. These are a bear paw pattern, and very colorful. I love these. They're so festive looking. All those colors. The fabrics that you used are like a blender type fabric, but the fact that he used all the colors, it just really pops. Love it. Good job, Ernest. Then he also made a Hawaiian applique pillow. Used a floral from Moda's Arboretum collection. And the pattern is random. We spoke about this. I think he said he just kind of folded and cut it randomly. And if you all haven't seen this Hawaiian quilting method, look up the video that Karen Brown had recently. It was an interview with a lady who has this Hawaiian background. She is Hawaiian, and she has this background in quilting, the Hawaiian way of doing it, and that is on Just Get It Done Quilts. So it's fascinating, very fascinating. It's was a nice cultural lesson in this type of quilting. It says the pattern's random. I used a very, very short zigzag stitch with some beautiful purple Aurifil thread. The back of the pillow is the same floral fabric, and it's made like an envelope. And he used some spray basting and a few pins to keep it in place while he sewed the edges. And he used a weekly circular as the stabilizer. Didn't have to buy it, did ya? And that way it was easy to tear off later. 17.5-inch pillow. Well, I think it's time for you to make a whole quilt, Ernest, using that method. Okay, Colleen. Colleen has a scrappy project going on here, and she has a few blocks made she wanted to share. She has 2, but she has had some trouble getting things to line up well. But keep working at it, Colleen. Your blocks look fine, and you can't go wrong with scrappy. It always looks nice no matter what you have in there. Diane finished a UFO. I like this. Those pops of color with that black and white around them. Beautiful. And then Amy made some expandable zipper pouches as a gift for her mother-in-law. That's that pink and purple there with the zippers. And she found a tutorial on YouTube to learn how to make those. And then you'll also notice that she is making dresses for the Project Dress a Girl. And if you don't know what Project Dress a Girl is, go search on that. And you'll find all kinds of interesting information about that. For example, they want the label Dress a Girl on the front of the dress somewhere where it's visible. And it has something to do with their safety. So I'm not going to give the whole story away. You can just go on there and read about that. And if you'd like to participate in that, all the information is there. Cute little dresses. And when they go to give the dresses to the little girls, they put them on them right there. They just put them right over top of their tattered clothes that they already have on. You gotta look it up. Okay, and Karen, this is her second quilt. She completed the top several months ago, and just very recently she quilted and bound it. And she was in a little turmoil about her binding, but from here it looks fine. And practice makes perfect. Nobody gets their binding perfect on their second quilt. They don't get it right on their first quilt, and they probably don't get it right on their second quilt. So just keep practicing, and you'll get it. It was her first attempt at free motion quilting too. Same thing. You just have to practice. But it looks great. Good job. Joy. This is made with Laura Heine Happy Chance by Wyndham Jelly Roll. And it's a bright jelly roll. Love that. And I like your choice of borders as well. And then she also has done the birds in the air already. She just got right on it. It was kind of hard for her to break into that tulip fabric she's been hanging on to for a while, but she's using it on the vintage blocks. So, yep, you can't really enjoy it until you put it in a project. Okay, Bobby Haven't heard from Bobby in a while, but she sent us some stuff. She sent us her cactus pot and 9-patch, and then her birds in the air, and also the shoe fly. And then she's done a pumpkin patchwork with stars. And then she did a little windmill thing here, kind of like our sew-along we had, our windmill garden, but it doesn't have centers. So it's kind of like a one of those whirly things you put in the yard. Cool. Let's see. Marjorie. My daughter sent me the Star Wars and Bees tops for me to long arm. I use pantographs. The duck quilt is from a painting my daughter did for her cousin's expected baby, and I made and sent her this quilt. That's pretty cool. So your daughter did a painting of the duck, and then you did a quilt in the same theme. I bet she was thrilled about that. Cool. I like the little pinwheels around him. And I should say her, because she has a flower on her head. So cute. And the cattails. Very, very cute. And I wanted to point out too, on the backing she's got Minky. And you can see the quilting really well in that Minky. And see the duck there? The other one, the yellow one and gray one, and it's got a little aqua and a little bit of check in there too. It's bees, and look at the same thing with the backing. See those bees in that pantograph quilting? That's pretty cool. And then she also has her vintage mystery blocks there, all 3 sets of them. Pretty. Alright, that is all, but that is a lot. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. And keep sending them in. It's always fun to see what you guys are doing. And makes it interesting for everybody, doesn't it? Alright, so this weekend, get something out to sew. Find a few minutes in your busy schedule and your activities for the weekend to sew into something or cut into something, because it really is fulfilling to do these projects, as we all know. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Bye.